Good evening, blah. Twitch.tv. Good evening, YouTube as well. And of course, welcome to it's Halloween. It's Halloween, that's all I got. It's the Daily Challenge, it's mini Motorways, we got double tunnels and no traffic lights. Let's go! Happy Halloween. We'll start with purples going over this way. We have spooky music, allegedly. I don't know. I found a playlist of instrumental Halloween songs on Spotify, and then it sucked. So, I found another playlist of spooky instrumental songs on Spotify, and it might or might not be good, because I found it 47 seconds before we went on the air. So, you know, it'll be fine. This is all going to be fine. It is indeed Good Morning Mini Motorways. It is Thursday, and by right in nature and all things good, it is our moral obligation to kind of sort of talk about Dynamite, because I thought Dynamite kind of sort of sucked, but our good friend Sports Pun went to Dynamite and had a good time. So I didn't want to tell him. I usually just bitch about Dynamite with Sports Pun and with one Discord channel that is ostensibly dedicated to a podcast, which is ostensibly dedicated to the New York Mets. So there's that. Let's take a bridge here. We've got a tunnel. We'll take two more tunnels at some point. But yeah, I basically just talk about wrestling with Sports Pun and in this one Discord channel, and Sports Pun was at Dynamite, so it would have been a bit of a dickish, killjoyish move for me to be like, man, this episode of Dynamite really sucks. After last week's episode of Dynamite really sucked. It's unfortunate. But hey, you know, this week, at least, had a really good and fun wrestling match. Private Party and the Young Bucks, they appeared to, have a good time and do their best and all of that. And I didn't get to watch most of it because the way I watch Dynamite is, we're going to say, an entirely legal and venue-approved usage of the Sling service. Yes, absolutely. But also, hold on. I can't cut this corner this way because this road doesn't. Uh-oh, we're gonna have to do something much grosser than I had anticipated. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're gonna have to do this. Oh, that's awful. That's awful. So I watched Dynamite via Sling, and Sling just shat the bed during one of 4 wrestling matches that were on Dynamite last night.
Hear ye, let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Peter S. was here first. Thank you, Peter S. Good morning to Peter S. I think we're just going to maintain, at least for now, these 3 yellows support 2 businesses thing. I don't think this is the end of the world. I think this will be, generally speaking, okay. So there were 4 wrestling matches on Dynamite last night, right? One of them was, I don't even remember. Hold on. There was the tag match, there was the women's match, there was the main event, and, right. One of them was a wrestling match where the story of the match was Adam Cole is slow and busted because he's recovering from a career-threatening, life-changing ankle injury that might have just left him crippled. And the meta story of the match was, is Adam Cole really good at selling all the particular nuances that would come from having a career-threatening, life-changing ankle injury that permanently ruins your ability to wrestle? Or can Adam Cole just not wrestle anymore? And we don't have an answer to that question because, well, it'll come out in time. It's entirely possible that Adam Cole just can't wrestle anymore, but hey, that would be a shame. We'll take a Motorway. And let's see here. Now this is troubling. What's going on here? Let's do this for now. I'm gonna point this purple off over this way, and then we're gonna do this coming down to here. Great. So that was one match. The second match on the show was, hey, remember Wardlow? What if Wardlow was a chick? And also, instead of waiting like 2.5 years to beat Wardlow, we, beat Wardlow within 6 months of Wardlow debuting in Wardlow's like third match, because Wardlow's not actually as good as Wardlow. Chris Statlander beat Camille. Camille's not very good. So there's that. But hey, Wardlow got over and was a super huge megastar and is a going concern in All Elite Wrestling to this very day. So it's fine that they're just plainly obviously repeating the already rather stale and tried cowardish heel brings in big muscly bodyguard. Big muscly bodyguard beats people up for a while. Big muscly bodyguard eventually fails. Cowardish heel slaps big muscly bodyguard. Big muscly bodyguard goes, "How dare you do that?" and smashes cowardish heel over big muscly bodyguard's knee, thereby igniting May's massive babyface run. This is a story that has happened, I'm gonna ballpark it at 7,000 times in the course of the history of professional wrestling. And to my knowledge, and listen, I'm not a walking encyclopedia of professional wrestling, I just happen to know a few things. To my knowledge, the best 2 times it's worked have been, one, finally kickstarting the entire career of Kevin Nash, which was good for Kevin Nash, but really no one else. And 2, there's a memorable clip of Andre the Giant pretending to slap the crap out of Bobby Heenan. The thing nobody remembers about that is that it happened in like 1992 when Andre the Giant was fucking toast. So it's kind of an insult to Toast. Andre the Giant was toast in like 1983. He just kept wrestling because, well, that's what you did in the 80s when you were a wrestler who was toast. You kept wrestling. These days, when you're a wrestler who's toast, you make a podcast shitting on AEW and occasionally cameo in WWE. How you doing, Bubba? I just looked to the camera as if to put a stinger on my burn when I don't actually have my webcam turned on, so it didn't matter. Good job, Goog. Trombone Dalek asks, wait, I'm not a walking encyclopedia of professional? No, I really am not. Like, if you get an actual walking encyclopedia of professional wrestling to listen to my wrestling rants on Gimmimimim, they would be very annoyed at this, poseur. But hey, I'm a person who can talk reasonably decently and usually has opinions about things. So, there you go. Now then, where was I? Oh, right. The third wrestling match on Dynamite was what looked like a very good and fun tag team match with Private Party and the Young Bucks for the World Tag Team titles, where, like, the story of the match going in was if Private Party doesn't win the titles, they're going to be forced to break up and never be a team together again. And, it's kind of been like people have been looking at the landscape and being like, wait a second, it kind of looks like they're building to a breakup of Private Party, which, I mean, is kind of sort of the thing to do because Private Party's a really stale act and they're not actually terribly great. But, on the other hand, it would be a damn shame if we had to do another breakup and feud because, my God, AEW is dominated by heels right now. And instead of that, they just had Private Party win the titles. Isaiah Cassidy kicked out of a whole bunch of moves, and then they hit their move, and then they won the titles, and everybody's happy. And we're not going to talk about the fact that there's a very obvious storyline for the Young Bucks coming up, and fucking nothing for Private Party to do, and the real actual meta result of this is just going to be that the tag team titles don't mean as much as they used to for the next, anywhere between 6 and 48 months. But we're not going to talk about that Private Party won, and they're gonna have matches, and it's gonna be good. Hopefully. Maybe. We'll see. Nobody mention it. Alright, so we got a problem developing, and that is these reds need to get over here, and these greens need to get over here. We can't... Well, I say 6, because I know that the Young Bucks are going to be tied up in this, John Moxley has taken over the world storyline, and we need our heroes, the Elite, to save us, which sure is a thing you can do, I guess. They're going to be tied up in that storyline, probably at least until Double or Nothing, which is basically 6 months from now. So, main event of Double or Nothing is John Moxley versus Kenny Omega for the world title. I could see that. They've never done that on pay-per-view. They did it on TV one time, and it was good, but that was, that was 4 years ago now, back when Kenny Omega could, walk, but who knows? Maybe by May, Kenny Omega will be able to, walk. Anyway, so I'm going to add this red. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to replace all of these. We're going to voop that red that away. And we're going to voop in this manner. So these 4 come down here, and they either go here or they go back up there. That doesn't necessarily make sense. It might be better to have them voop this way, and then, okay, fine. So the 4 of you go here, and then possibly also here. That'll be great. And then, is there a reason for the end of the time frame being 48 months, or was that random? I was basically saying there's a very good chance that AEW just forgets to prioritize the tag team titles for a very long time. So, 4 years. Maybe in 4 years they'll be like, oh, right. We used to really care about tag team wrestling. Yeah, we can put the titles on the Young Bucks and push them again. It's also entirely possible that they'll just, naturally build up a few good and interesting tag team feuds, and they'll have good and interesting and fun wrestling matches for tag teams with storylines and tag team championships and things that matter and are good and are fun, like they sort of kind of used to. Or they'll just put the belts on FTR a bunch of times. That's another thing they could do. The world is their oyster. So the 4th wrestling match on this 4-match episode of Dynamite, to recap, the first match was not great. The second match was bad. The third match was very good, but I didn't get to see it because Sling was all busted and fucky. And the 4th match was Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin, which was fine. Shelton Benjamin, despite being 5,000 years old, is still a perfectly competent professional wrestler who does not look like he is 5,000 years old. You may have heard a popular saying about the, durability of the darkest color. Well, it's true. So Shelton still looks fine, and he wrestles okay. So, looking fine and wrestling okay are apparently all one needs to be a main event guy in All Elite Wrestling if one had in one's past life been an upper mid-card WWE guy. We'll take a motorway. Did something just round itself? This thing just rounded itself. And this thing. One of these or the other of these or both of these. Here, you take that. You take that and go there. We'll have a 4th green for this circle. This circle will be maintained by 2 greens, and we're going to pretend that it's fine. Okay? Now then. Ooh, hi. Listen, Blue Buddies. You're kind of really annoying. Actually, I'm not having fun with the whole blue situation. Let's do that. That'll shorten the road getting over to this thing, which will be good. And then we can also loop this yellow into here as such. And, in fact, you know what? You know what else we can do? We can really cut this down. We can do that, and then we can do this, and I'm out of road. Well, you see my plan. You see my whole entire plan. Oh, wait. Hold on. Can I not do that? Thought I could do that. I need to do a different thing. Hold on. We'll do a different thing. How is Nora? She is adorable. She's a tiny little kitty cat. Has she done anything exceptionally cute lately? She's a kitty. Lately, she's started jumping up on the little footrest that I keep under the work side of my desk, which I'm gonna pretend is entirely because, actually, light blue motorway. It's not a bad idea, Peter S. Yeah, I think we just motorway these light blues, honestly. That is a good, smart, reasonable answer. It's gonna save me a whole bunch of road tiles. Gonna let me re-road all of this shit. You come over here. You do that. You restructure yourself right thusishly. You and you and you come over to here, and then there, and then that, like so. All right. Once all of this refutses itself, we can place this in such a manner as to have these 3 reds service this business. Okay. So yeah, Nora has taken to sitting on the footrest that I use for my foot resting under my work desk, and we're gonna pretend that that's just Nora being cute and nice, and certainly not Nora wanting to eat the headphone cables that she constantly bats and bites at. So, anyway, so the main event of Dynamite was Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin, which, I mean, good for Shelton Benjamin that he's still working, I guess. It's nice for Shelton Benjamin that he's friends with MVP and Bobby Lashley, who themselves are friends with Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland is a made guy in AEW, so occasionally, every once in a while, he gets to bring in his friends Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Bobby Lashley, and they'll do a program together. And, well, we're just not going to talk about the fact that Shelton Benjamin, MVP, and Bobby Lashley were once an upper mid-card stable in WWE that called themselves the Hurt Business, and now they're an upper mid-card, they're a main event, actually, stable in AEW who call themselves the Hurt Syndicate. We're not going to talk about that. We're certainly not going to talk about the fact that one time in like 2009, Shelton Benjamin dyed his hair gold and called himself the Gold Standard. And now, in 2024, AEW is calling Shelton Benjamin the Standard of Excellence. We're certainly not going to talk about that. We're certainly not going to talk about the fact that a lot of other wrestling companies have lived and died, and mostly died, let's be honest, on the concept of, well, if we bring in this upper mid-card WWE guy, or, you know, this mid-card or jobber WWE guy, and then have him beat the crap out of our top guys, he'll make our top guys look great somehow. Trombone Dalek has redeemed a treat for Nora. I do have, incidentally, like, I appreciate, especially if I'm in a conversation with someone, as we were. I'm not trying to bite any heads off. I do have, OBS has this nice little timer that says when ads are happening. So, I do see a little countdown when they're going. And I could, in theory, delay them, but also Twitch demands revenue or something? I don't know. I should be more hostile to this platform, given how hostile it is to existence. Anyway, hi! Nora! You're a kitty. Come here. Oh, she jumped up on her back legs to take the treat. Except she did it on the floor, and I don't have the camera, so nobody saw it. You're gonna have to trust me. She's cute, and she has a treat now. And she's definitely not licking a power strip. Hey! Don't lick the power strip. Aw. Here's a tiny little zappy kitty. Alright. There's a girl. There's a Kit Kat. Alright. Let's see here. You are a yellow house. You can be on this road. You're a purple house. You're not really doing nothing. That's fine. Everybody go. Oh, God. Alright, do I need tunnels? I do need tunnels. Or at least I don't have any tunnels. In all likelihood. I will need tunnels. Okay. Let's see here. So we've got this light blue over here, which certainly exists. Let's take some ownership. We're going to swing this yellow over like this, and I'm going to preemptively dip this road around here. Because, actually, we don't need to cut that corner at all. So, here, we're just going to isolate this from fucking everything. And we're going to have motorway number 3. Actually, wait, hold on. I have a better idea. We're going to do this. I'm also going to do this. Voosh like so. And then motorway number 3 will be the long boy go further. Okay? So 1, 2, 3 houses will long boy go further over here. And then these 2 will hop over here. So there certainly isn't a long and storied history of bad, stupid wrestling promotions putting mid-card or worse WWE acts, many of whom are, washed beyond fuckery, in position to be big stars in AEW, or in their wrestling promotion that might or might not be AEW. We're certainly not just talking about AEW here. And having them just kind of be bad and having their promotion look dumb. That certainly hasn't happened in every wrestling company ever. I'm going to sigh one more time, and then we're going to try to change conversation topics. But hey, it's, well, it's not like there's another absolutely terrifying, momentous thing happening in the country that's really, people are pretending because willful ignorance and also everything pre-pandemic has been kind of sort of memory hold. And, well, I suppose November of 2020 through January of 2021 is now technically pre-pandemic in that it's in the way that it's been memory hold. My point, let's actually kill this motorway. I was going to motorway and have these reds kind of split duties here, but we can actually do better by just vopping the reds like such. These 4 will service this business, and then these 4 reds right here, voop, voop, and voop like so, will come down this way and kadoosh themselves into that. Yay! So, there certainly isn't a terrifying thing happening in this country where depending on who you listen to and what metrics you look at and how your vibes feel, like the best possible outcome here is come Tuesday, the lady running for president gets a bunch more votes than a lot of people thought she was going to get, and then the people who want the dude running for president to be the president get real angry, and then shooting starts. That's the best case scenario. So it's always great when the best realistic case scenario involves that. And listen, I'm at a point in my life where I try not to realistically discuss the future of the American empire because I'll just get myself banned. But shit's gonna be bad. Shit's gonna be real bad. It's Halloween, so we can talk about scary shit, right? This is, spooky. Ooh, fall of the longest reigning democracy in the history of civilization, blah. Is that actually true? I mean, I guess. Sort of. If you really stretch the definition of the word democracy, then fall and civilization and blah. But yeah, okay, fine. Sure, fall of the longest democracy in the history of civilization, blah. Spooky, scary things. Fascist takeovers of the most powerful military in the world, blah. Yeah, Peter S. has a good point. This right here is starting to feel very roundabouty. Oh, goodness. Oh, no, I'm snotty again. I thought I was done being snotty. No. No, stupid brain self. Stop being snotty. All right. Yeah, let's put a roundabout right here about. That'll be totally fine. And we'll poop these, we'll get these 4 purples to come into here. They'll approach from the west, they'll go around, and then they'll come down here, and everything will be fine. This business over here could actually, well, it looks like we don't have a choice. I was gonna build a road that went up and over like so, but we don't have any up to go over. So, instead, we'll come over here, take one of our remaining motorways, and just have these 4 light blues service that. So, spooky, scary horror times. Let's talk about the pending fall of. Anyway, this purple business is getting a little angry about stuff, which does make sense given that we have, basically nothing going on here. Unfortunately, I can't really help it much. So my options are steal a couple of purples from here and swoop them into this road, which I could do. Could do that fairly easily. I'm gonna pop this yellow up here while I'm looking at it. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Got a whole bunch of yellows over here not doing nothing. Might be getting on time to resplitulate these guys, but they appear to be doing fine right now. What else could I theoretically do? I could theoretically... Yeah, actually I don't have much. Well... Ow, itchy scratchy. Let's put this red on this road while I'm looking at it. I do have these 2 purple houses. I could tunnel them right through here, get them up to this road. Problem there is there's no great way to staple them to this road. It would just have to be an unlit intersection, which isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. But, yeah, I think adding these 2 houses is going to be more of a positive for this business than is generated. Then I think having the 2 extra houses will be more of a benefit than the drawback of having this unlit intersection. I think that. I'm not necessarily sure that it's true, but we'll see. Without that, right? Without these 2 and this unlit intersection, this was at capacity and gonna start overflowing any fucking second. So, let's see how it does now. Now over here, we have, you've gone circular, which is probably basically fine. Actually, you know what? I think we're gonna repositionize some of our things here. Let's pop this road like such. I'm gonna kill motorway number 2. I'm gonna respec motorway number 1. Have it come down that way. And then we're just gonna draw a lengthy bridge road for these 3 island blues. These 3 island blues will now service this top right square guy. Who lives in the Northeast, is kind of a geek. Top right square guy. He's ultra conservative and also he's meek. Top right square guy. If horrible singing is something you like, top right square guy, then... Oh, holy crap, what the fuck am I doing? Top right square guy! Well, we found the title of the episode at least. Okay, so now we've got this red to deal with, which, well, I thought I had a plan. My plan was a tunnel. I guess my plan can still be a tunnel. It's just a the same tunnel. I was going to break like 3 of these reds off and bring them out this way, but I don't have another tunnel yet. So in the meantime, we're just going to do this thing, which does involve bulldozing a tree. Sorry about that, tree. But, oh hi, you're a light blue. You can be swung out that way. You're technically light blue not doing nothing. You can swing out that way. Oh, hi! Oh, hello, friend. You exist. I'm perfectly fine with you being light blue, actually. That just kind of works. Yeah. Yeah, you want to be light blue? Be light blue. Absolutely be light blue. In the long run, when we get the tunnel I want to get, we can pull the reds this way and pop these 2 back here and have like 3 of these light blues go up and in like such. That'll be fine. Hey, look! I just got 2 tunnels. And a gentle suggestion to maybe not fuck with these reds because that's a circle now. I think it'll be fine. What we can do is we can bring these 2 reds over here, like so. So now we still have like 7 going up through this way into that. And we can have these 4 reds right here tunnelize themselves in a thus manner. That then will, as I was saying, free up these 2 to come back this way, service that, and allow us to grab 1, 2, 3 of these. Yeah, I'm working on it, blue guy. And you come up that way, service that. And kill that road piece. Everything's coming up Goog House. Aside from, you know, all of the horrors. The horrors are not really coming up Goog House, let's be honest with ourselves. But it's fine. We're going to pretend that everything's going to be fine. I, after all, have the benefit of the privilege of being a basically straight cis white dude. So, you know, I'll be last. It'll be fine. It won't actually be fine. Shit's gonna get real bad real fast. But, again, it's Halloween. We tell spooky stories, blah. The stomping boot of fascism comes for us all, blah. No? No? Too real? Okay. Alright. Well. So yeah. But hey, baseball, the Dodgers won. The Dodgers won the World Series. There was a moment last night. There was a moment when it was like 5-0 Yankees and Garrett Cole was dealing, where I said to myself, hold on, wait a second. They're not actually gonna do this, are they? And for like half a moment, I had to say to myself, also, oops. I was deleting this road with intent to futurely motorway, and I'm kind of surprised I could motorway this. I'm kind of surprised the game is okay with this motorway existing, because there is no way that this should actually get out of here, but we've got 8 yellows surrounding a motorway going over here. Give me 2 tunnels more, actually. So I'm a little surprised that the game is just fine and happy with this thing being here, but I'm not going to complain about it. I did accidentally kill this motorway, which is good in the sense that it allows me to add another blue house, but also, like, we needed to, yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So the Dodgers were down 5-0 and Garrett Cole was dealing, and I had a moment of thought of like, wait a second. I mean, the Yankees are good. Is there a chance that they could actually do this and come back from a 3-0 deficit and win the World Series? Man, that would be annoying. And then the Yankees had the inning from hell. They committed like 3 errors, and a bunch of Dodgers got big hits, and Garrett Cole had a brain fart and forgot to cover first base on what should have been an inning-ending groundout. There were, I'm sure, plenty of Met fans having terrifying flashbacks to that time in the important Atlanta game where Edwin Diaz forgot to cover first base and shit very nearly went bad for the Mets. Incidentally, I'm going to grab these 3 purples over here and swing them up and up like so. Get them into here. If the question is beating someone, the answer is pennies. Listen, pennies are a good way to beat. I don't know why I was talking about bludgeoning someone to death with pennies. They probably deserved it. So we're going to add 3 more purples to this business because otherwise this business is going to just be mad about stuff, and we don't want that. This yellow here, I have no immediate idea how to save. Let's think about that. Are you? Yep, nope, you're currently mad about stuff. Okay. Well, actually, you know, when you think about it, I think what we can do is just kind of... Here, let's repositionalize a lot of... Oh, wow, these purples aren't doing anything? I'm sorry, hold on. These purples here aren't doing anything? Well, these purples are stretched kind of to the max, so these purples here will theoretically eventually do something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to restructure this road such that we leave an open space next to this yellow business. And then we're going to have these 4 yellows right here, hop motorway number 4, and swing in and support like that. Okay. Every gutty bow. Okay. So, the Yankees kind of had the inning from hell, and the Dodgers went from 5-0 down to, hey, we tied the game at 5. And then the Yankees took the lead again, and then the Dodgers took the lead again, and then the suddenly resurrected, definitely not corpse of Walker Buehler shut down the Yankees in the 9th inning. And listen, as a person who used to be a Red Sox fan, and I guess I kind of still listen, if the Red Sox sign Juan Soto, I might be back in on the Red Sox. But here's the thing. The Red Sox aren't gonna sign Juan Soto because the Red Sox don't fucking care that much. John Henry and Fenway Sports Group are worth a fucking gazillion dollars. There's absolutely no reason the Red Sox shouldn't be in on Juan Soto, who is the best hitter to become a free agent since, like, he has the best free agent candidacy in general since, like, Alex Rodriguez in 2002, okay? There's absolutely no reason for any team to not at least call up Juan Soto's agent and be like, hey, what's the high bid, and if we match it, will he come to us? And listen, I fully understand, just by virtue of Juan Soto being able to pick where he goes and the natural state of contention cycles and all of that, that like 20 teams will be disqualified when they make that call. Like, if the Minnesota Twins call Scott Boras and are like, hey, if we match whatever the high bid is, will Juan Soto come play for us? The answer is probably no, right? Like, we can all agree that the answer is probably no. Juan Soto won't actually go play for the Minnesota fucking Twins. Objection! Yes, he won't, Sam. Also, incidentally, I'm just now noticing for some reason that we've got 2 greens on this road, which might explain why these 5 greenhouses are so constantly angry about stuff. I could probably do better than that. Like I should probably have more than... But let's do this way, actually. We're going to do this road coming down here. I'm going to have to use a bridge no matter what, so since we're using a bridge no matter what, let's just bridge this all the way down here. We bridge this all the way down here, and whoosh, like that. So these 5 just go service this business. And then we have, I mean, I could peel some of these off of here and go that way. Actually, you know what I can do? I can save a tunnel. I can save me a tunnel. I'm a very smart person. Hold on, I have many ideas. Hold on, I have many ideas. Hold on. Oh, I have a great many ideas. Let's see here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to have these 3. Yeah, we're going to have these 3 greens right here service that. Next, we're going to... Okay, we're going to return to a different plan that I had, because the different plan that I had is actually the different plan I had that's going to work. You are going to come up here, and over to here, and over to there, and down there. And then from here, we're going to draw motorway number 5 into the tip-tap of that dot. The tip-tap of that dot is, oh god, it sounds like a magic item in a bad D&D campaign. Like, if your dungeon master introduces something called the tip-tap of that dot, your DM's out of ideas. Maybe they should just be a player for a while. So, now we have more trouble. Excellent. This bump of purple here hasn't actually been used for nothing in a minute. So, what if we just ignore it and instead take these 4 greens that had just recently been doing nothing, and we're going to hook them up this way such that they join these 2 in servicing this business. And maybe, just maybe, this business won't be mad about stuff. Hey, hey. Also, incidentally, you're a red house. You live on this road. You can come right up here and be nice to this circle. That should be good. This purple business, having been unfairly deprived of 2 extra dues, is now immediately mad at me. Which, I mean, listen, I understand. That does make sense, actually. Sam is not sure that he's ever actually watched The Addams Family. I saw... Let's see. There was a Saturday morning cartoon based on The Addams Family that I watched a fair bit of when I was a child. I don't know that I've ever seen the movie with, like, the original Addams Family movie with, like, Christina Ricci as Wednesday, and I don't remember the names of any of the other actors in that movie. I know that I've never seen any of, like, the modern remakes or anything. I didn't watch the Wednesday TV show. I didn't watch the Wednesday TV show is also how an AEW fan says they're behind. So, anyway, these purples might just be dead. It's kind of sort of purple rush hour. All of the purples are mad for reasons that are only sort of passably explicable. Good job, Goog, finding the actual word that means the word you want. Yeah, the purples are just sort of mad about stuff, and they're being flooded with cars, and that doesn't actually matter. The business is just dead. So, you know, that's a shame. We did crack 4,007 commuters over 115 days. That's not bad. We take those. It seems like a reasonable score. It's top 4% in the world. It's not as good as Samurai Sam, though. So drop those slams in the chat. But hey, we've still got, I don't know, the spooky Wordle times? Yeah, spooky Wordle times. Ooh, spooky Wordle times, blah. Spook is a pretty terrible first guess, actually. It could be scare. Could absolutely be scare. It's not, but we did learn a thing. It could be creepy. No, it probably can't be, actually. It's definitely not. It could be Blurt. Yep, it could. Game? A fool. Apparently that's a word. Well, okay. It was a perfectly cromulent guess. I guess. Sam, don't call me a blurt. Oh, God. You're not... You're a boshtet, Sam. I almost did that for free. I almost just did it, and then I realized, wait, no, that's a thing. Sam, you're a boshtet. I want to play Mass Effect. Can we come up with some gimmick that lets me play Mass Effect on stream again? I want to play Mass Effect. We're going to play L.A. Noire later tonight, and that's also going to be good and fun, but I want to play Mass Effect. I want to play Mass Effect 2 for the first time again, and I can't do that. Sad. Alright, what do we have here? We need words. It could be a great many things. What is it, though? It's a good question, Self. I'm full of them. It could be pairs. No, there's no A. And also that's the plural form of a four-letter word. I could play as Dude Shepherd. Like a renegade Dude Shep on Insanity? Would that be a thing? I've never played Mass Effect on Insanity difficulty. It seems hard, given that it's, the hardest difficulty. But, like, a renegade male tally romancing Insanity Shepherd? Is that a thing? We'll decide if that's a thing when we wrap up. I'll probably finish L.A. Noire before I finish Baldur's Gate 3, actually. Anyway, the fuck is this word, y'all? It could be Mary. It could absolutely be Mary. It's not. It could have been. We know where the E goes now. That's something. It could be Vecro, aside from the fact that Vecro isn't a word. Could be Genro. Aside from... I'm sorry. What? What is a... Functioning as singular or plural, a group of highly respected elder statesmen in late 19th and early 20th century Japan. Okay. Well, we're still eliminating letters, at least. Like, this is giving us some valuable knowledge, I guess. It could be Fedru. Could absolutely be Fedru. At this point, I'm expecting these things to be words. It could be Jepri. Could absolutely be Jepri. It's not. It's, it just definitely give the Goog a fucking hit time. Oh, let's see. It's, Hedru? No, that's not a... What is the last letter of this word if it's not... Huh. It's not Y. So it's not... Huh. There's no second R. So it's not heard because there's no A. It's not haired because that's not actually a word. Can I borrow a feeling? No. It's not. Trying to look at like letters I haven't used and see if I can pull together a 5-letter word with that, but we're a little bit late for that. I think that would just give me one shot at this. Who boy, y'all? The fuck is this word? Is it you, me, and Dupree? That doesn't make sense. Peter, if you know the word, find a way to hint at this point. Like, I do not know. So, like, don't just tell me what it is, but if you know what it is or have an idea, like, one of my recent guesses placed 4 letters correctly. Non-valid guesses. And I was 1 letter off with... Well, crap, I don't remember the things I did. Crap. So, this is not a word. It's not a word. No. Crap. Which guess was it? That's a guess I made. Also, Spotify, why is there like a 20-second outro on this song? Oh, you just didn't play the next song for some reason. Is this playlist only 6 songs long? Oh, this playlist is only like 6 songs long. Huh. Well, guess starting with an H. Okay. So, H-E... Ow. So it's not heard because there's no A. It's not headrew. It's not a word. We can't bang headrew. H was the wrong way. That doesn't. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So, what fucking word just fits this shape? There can't be that many. Part of the problem is just, well, the problem in general is that I'm bad and dumb. It's like the answer to most problems in life, especially mine. But there's a letter I don't think you've considered. Okay. All right. Let's just start with P. Is it P-E? Is there anything? It's not the fucking Petra. We're not Quill 18. We're not building legends in Civ 5. It's not a thing that's happening. It's not Bang Pedro Martinez. I don't think it starts with a P. It's not fewer because
Well, it can't be Pedro because there's no O. We established that when we were discussing 19th century Japanese royalty. It's not fewer because that ends ER, not RE. It's not very obscure actress Rachel Lefevre. It's not a thing. That's not even how she spells it. Oh, God. It's not... Zepru. It's definitely not Zepru. Okay. It's not zebra. There's no A. Is the plural of zebra is not zebrae. That can't possibly be a thing. Okay. The plural of zebra is zebra, or perhaps zebras. Mother effing son of an etc. There's still a letter I don't think you've considered. I'm running out of them, Sam. K-E-X. It's not... It's not Kevru. That's not a word. Very confident that none of these are words. It's gonna be the very last one. It's not Pexray. I don't... It's not weary. There's no A and no Y. It's not... Okay. All right. You know what? Fine. Let's do something else. There's no U in the word. Okay. That is interesting. There's a D. Okay. We've learned that there's a D. And it's not... Think of which cast is spelled. Okay. Have I eliminated the possibility that there are two E's? I don't think I have. So it could be like... I don't think there's anything that does that. And there's definitely nothing that does that. So I think I might have accidentally, by confirming that there's a D. Okay, there aren't two E's. Great. It's got to be this. It's got to follow this format. The only word I can think of that ends RD is like yard, which is a four-letter word, and herd, which it can't be because there's no A. One of my... You already said that, and I already forgot what it was. Okay, I said Dupree, right? I said Dupree, right? I think I did this. And this is one letter off. And I just... It's not decry. It's not depth. It's not... Good times had by all. We still have 3 more fucking mini games to do. Oh my god. It's not debris. That's a 6-letter word. It's not depot. That doesn't follow the format. It's not... It's not Dewey. It's... Okay. We know there aren't 2 R's. So it's not like Derry, New Hampshire. It's not DeVry Technical School. That's not a thing. It's absolutely not DeVry Technical School. It's not even how you spell it. There. It's not... There's nothing that fits that last letter. It's not... I'm so fucking baffled. It is, in fact, 8 o'clock. I have to be on a call at 9, right? Like, I don't have to be on anything now. I think this job I have today starts at 10. This job I have today starts at 10. Okay, fine. So the good news is, I don't have anywhere to go. The bad news is, I have to do this. And I have a captive audience. Oh, folks on YouTube, if you've watched this long, say the word goldfish in a comment and I'll be happy. I don't know. What in the ever-loving fuck is this fucking word? It's not defrock. That's 7 letters. And also there's a C in it. We've established there's no C. It's not defer because that ends ER, right? This is a word. This is a word. But it can't be this word because the 5th letter is... Okay. This is nothing. That's not a word. It can't be this because we've already established that there aren't 2 E's. And also that's not a word. This is not a word. Okay. We're going to get there. We're going to get there through brute force. We're going to get there through stubbornness. Okay. So, is there anything that makes that a word? No. There's nothing that makes that a word. We've already established that there aren't 2 R's. Okay? We've already been told that there are no U's, and also there's nothing that makes that a word. There's nothing that makes that a word. It can't be this because there's a yellow D on the line above this. Okay? Defry might be a word, but there's no Y. Other than that, no. There's no O, there's no A, there's nothing that makes that a word. There's nothing that makes that a word. There's nothing that makes that a word. There's nothing, I don't think, that makes that a word. DEKR, no. That's not a thing. Desra, no, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. It's not DEX anything. It's not DE. So there are 2 possibilities. 1, I'm forgetting a word. 2, the first letter isn't D. Right? Which means maybe it's something like this. What could possibly fit? I'm not going to type it out because that would be a lot of typing, but if you put a Q here, this is not a word no matter what. If you put a W here, oh my motherfucking God. Oh my motherfucking God. Hi. There's a cat here. Have a good... Wait, I'll be back later tonight. Like this, but a cube, and big, and heavy. You can't have that box just be slid across the table and have Aloy, have to cradle it and herk it up and put some effort into carrying it, and then have her slightly dip her arms off screen, and suddenly it disappears and is not an issue, and she can just lug it around forever until the next time she's in fucking chain scrape. Come on!